Both the U.S. and Europe are putting more pressure on Russia. The allies announced a new round of sanctions aimed at squeezing Russia's economy. They hope it will force President Putin to end his support for separatists who are blamed for destabilizing eastern Ukraine and shooting down a Malaysian Airlines flight. The new sanctions will stop Russian banks from raising money in Western capital markets and also block technology purchases used in energy and defense. U.S. President Barack Obama said the joint measures would have more impact than previously thought.
If Russia continues on its current path, the cost on Russia will continue to grow. And today is a reminder that the United States means what it says. And we will rally the international community in standing up for the rights and freedom of people around the world. And because we're closely coordinating our actions with Europe, the sanctions we're announcing today will have an even bigger bite.
These new joint sanctions have been designed to limit impact on Europe's economy, which means that gas and defense contracts already underway will not be affected. President Obama's announcement took place just a few hours after similar measures by European allies. But as Jack Barton reports from Brussels, not everybody's convinced that these tougher sanctions will work.
It's the first time the EU has moved to what it calls level 3 sanctions, targeting key sectors of the Russian economy and not just individual citizens and firms. EU officials have confirmed Russia's oil and defense sectors will be impacted, along with state banks, whose access to European capital markets will be cut. Some individuals close to President Vladimir Putin are also expected to be hit with travel bans and asset freezes.
The EU is also moving closer to the level that the American sanctions have reached. It is even surpassing them on some levels.
If Russia continues its alleged assistance to separatists in eastern Ukraine, sanctions could get even tougher.
In case the situation doesn't change, and it might not change, Russia has a very high threshold for taking pain, much higher threshold than the European countries have. We might see tougher sanctions.
It all comes after months of hand-wringing in Brussels. Many European leaders had been opposed to issuing new sanctions, but had come under intense pressure to take tougher action following the downing of Malaysia Airlines flight MH17. More than 200 EU citizens were killed. The new sanctions will be reviewed in 3 months. Jack Barton, CCTV, Brussels.